Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I have recently discovered that truth about this statement that things happen to people depending on who they are, not depending on what they want. A person who complains a lot, things happen to them in order for them to remain the complaining person. That means things will happen to them which will make them complain even more. And the opposite is that if you're a happy person, if you're a relaxed person, things will happen to make sure that you continue being a relaxed person, continue being a happy person. Yeah, things might go wrong a little bit here and there, but ultimately you will come back to your mean state. What is your dominant state? It's the same with love. If you believe that you're worthy of love, if you believe in the uh, you know other gender or whatever gender that you believe in, if you believe that, if you trust that, if you don't rant against them, that it's indicative of who you are, not about what you're thinking, but it's indicative of who you are. And the only way to fundamentally change who you are is by examining your thoughts. Basically, your thoughts are a symptom of who you are, and to then change who you are, you need to impress upon your mind different kinds of thoughts. Replace your most frequent unhelpful thoughts with thoughts which are going to be helpful. Some of them might even feel artificial in the beginning, but it's worth the effort. For example, there is something called as the art of revision. If you fundamentally believe that you are misunderstood, you fundamentally believe that you have not been given your worth, you are not celebrated or recognized enough in your work or in office, then that's the kind of person you are in office, someone who is not celebrated for their work. In order to change that, you need to start telling yourself different things, because I'll tell you what, a lot of us have very fixed ideas about ourselves because of things that have happened to us, and then we think that this is exactly who we are. Then we become angry, we have triggers, we have traumas from childhood, and the only way to change that is by telling yourself different things. Because see, ultimately there is something called our own perspective also that distorts some things. So it's easy to say that there are two perspectives for that whole thing. For example, if someone says something to you, you think that it was very mean and that they shouldn't have said it. This is one side of the story, but the other side of the story could be that that person didn't mean it like that, but since you have now become this person who thinks this always happens to me, people are always rude to me, or whatever else, I am always misunderstood. So that's the perception that's forced upon your own self by your past. So it's worthwhile to try and change that, because when you change that, different things will start happening to you. You will get lesser situations where you are misunderstood. Really, this happens. Like, you have to start thinking about your eyes as not just things with which you see. Our eyes are actually projectors. We project our mental images on this world. It is impressed upon a world, like your thumb impression. So if you have to make a stronger impression, you have to keep impressing a newer version of yourself upon the world, and then everything on the outside will change. People change, the situation changes, world changes. Like I said yesterday, when everyone says that the world is Maya, this is what it means, that it's impermanent, it can change, it's illusory. It's illusory. Why? Because it's just a projection of our mind. And another thing that I really want to also say is that we need to stop with every kind of activism and ranting and raving against a particular group of people, because it's not your job to fix the world. First of all, the world is not broken, it is operating perfectly. Everybody is experiencing the world in a very personal manner. No two people are having the same experience, even if they are twins living in the same house, same neighborhood, people have had vastly different experiences even during same kind of periods, like during the market crash, for example, or during periods of COVID. Some people thrived during COVID, and some people, most people, suffered. Because why? Because we believed the news. We suspended our own judgment. If we would have rejected what the news would have said and said, nah, no, I'm going to be fine, I'm going to be fine. If you would have said that, things would have been very different. I was the one of the majority. I suffered a lot through COVID, and then I saw through the entire game. It's all manipulation. Anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole. But what I basically want to tell you is that you need to change the concept of yourself. You need to change fundamentally who you think you are. If you believe things about yourself which are basically not helpful to you, see, the thing is that it's not your job to bring other people to justice. No matter who you think has been unfair with you, it's not your job to make sure that they get justice. Your job is to go after what you want, which is not other people. Yeah. So I hope this helps. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.